Hello and welcome to China, guys. It's been a little while since my last video, so I apologize for that. Just been taking a little break over the Christmas holidays just to enjoy it just that little bit more. So now I'm back and I'm ready to get this career mode race underway. But it's actually been a little while since I've actually played F1 2013, so it's going to be pretty interesting to say the least, because I've been doing a lot of iRacing recently and that's going to throw me off my game just a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. I've done absolutely no practice in the lead up to this, so this will be my very first laps that you guys are going to see. And kicking things off with this video, I'll be doing the practice and qualifying highlights from now on, so you guys should look forward to that. And kicking things off in Friday practice, we've got some R&D to test. So basically in the program today, we'll be running with a full tank of fuel and worn tyres, so it's going to be very interesting. As I said, iRacing is going to throw me off my game, so it's going to take a little while to get to grips with the F1 handling model. And as you can see, I'm struggling quite a bit, missing corners all over the place. And these are actually the good moments of my driving. You don't want to see the bad bits. So you can just imagine how bad I'm driving in the moment. Ricciardo's flying past me. But don't worry, guys, I will get faster. I will finally get back into the grips of this game. Now, I want to show you something here. Coming up to the final corner, look at my tyres. They're the option tyres. Watch as I cross the line. They go to primes. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? I knew that coming back to F1, it wouldn't be as stable as iRacing, but you come back and you get greeted with glitches. So that's not going to be the first glitch of the day. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a spoiler there. But keep an eye out for that. I probably will make it known when it happens. So now we're jumping into qualifying, and we should show a lot more pace than what we did in practice. Of course, we will have new tyres and low fuel loads to deal with for qualifying, so I'm not too worried about getting out of Q1, to be honest. So we should be able to get things underway fairly nicely. Now, this is just me starting my lap. I got passed by Pastor Maldonado. I wasn't showing enough intensity on my my warm-up lap, and now I've got some traffic to deal with for this first sector of the lap. But I don't imagine that I'll be too fast anyway, so Maldonado probably won't be too much of a distraction, but if he does hold me up too much, I won't be too happy about it. But he gets out of the way, he runs wide, and leaves me space for the inside. And to be honest, it didn't cost me too much time there as I lost the back end. So coming around the final corner now, this is going to be the end of my very first run in qualifying on the primes. We managed to top the session by 7/10 so far. So I think that's a good banker lap, and I think I will retire on that. And yes, I do. Managed to get in 4th place. So the pace is there. We're about 3/10 off the money. Of course, we did run with the fast revs, but I don't think the rest of the AI did. So, of course, I still have a lot more time to find, but so do my competitors. So it's going to be interesting as we head into Q2. The intensity obviously does kick up a notch, and I'll need to follow the trend for that. So now we'll get ready for Q2, and here we go on the first set of prime tyres that I used in Q1. So really, for this first half of the session, I'm just trying to build my speed still, and I've gone 2nd place there. And I went for another lap, but I don't think it was good enough. So I'm fast forwarding and waiting for the track to evolutionize, if that's even a word. Basically, I'm just waiting for the track to get faster, waiting for my competitors to lay down some more rubber. I'm going to put on some option tires and then get back out there for another flying lap. So I've got 5 laps of fuel on board for this run, and if need be, I'll come in if the lap is bad and then put on 3 laps of fuel for a red hot stinking lap for the end. So yeah, this is my very first qualifying run on the option tyre, so hopefully it's good enough. We're in 12th place at the moment, obviously setting that time on our banker lap on the prime. So coming through here, we're was that a 10th up? I can't even see the graphics are pretty terrible when you look at the sky. But coming around the final corner, we should be going faster than our previous best. Coming up to the line, and we set a 136.3, so I'm 7/10 off the money there, and we're in 5th place. So I'm going to bank on that. I'm going to start from 10th place in this race. I'm not going to set a time in Q3 because I want to start on fresh tyres for the race, and hopefully it can give me some kind of tyre advantage as we head into this race. Alright, so here we are in parc fermé conditions, ready for the start of the race. As I said, I'm starting on fresh tyres. I'm probably going to go for the option tyres. I remember a couple of weeks ago I did my league race around China in a 100% race, and I know the tyre wear was pretty bad. So I'm going to have to opt for a 3-stopper going on the primes each time because I know just how bad the other tyre wear is. And in real life, the Mercedes wasn't too good on its tyres in the early part of the season. So I'm just going for a worst case scenario here. Just trying to play it safe, and hopefully at the end of the day this strategy will be enough for us to score some solid points. I'm not expecting a win, to be honest. I'm not in the groove with this game like I was before I played iRacing. That's really thrown me off the pace a little bit, so it might take me a little while to get back into the swing of things, especially in this race. Don't expect any fireworks for the first 20 or 30 laps. That's a serious assumption there, because I don't think I'm going to do too well, to be honest. I just want to get up as far up the field as I can, and we'll see how we end up at the end of the day. So wish me luck as we head out to grid up for the start of the Chinese Grand Prix. Alright, so here we are on the Chinese Grand Prix. We're starting in 10th place. We've got some fresh tyres, so that might be some kind of strategy advantage for us. We're going to need all the luck we can get. We're going to need some kind of Christmas miracle to get a good result here today. And as always, we're getting off to a terrible start. Some old habits never die. So coming up to turn 1, we're pretty much by ourselves, and we can pick our own line coming into this almost snail section, I believe it's called. So we actually lost a position to Grosjean there, who's made a nice start. But now the positions are starting to come to us now as the AI getting pinched on the inside and getting sort of trapped on this opening lap. As the AI do, they go really slow. So we're going to make the most of that and hopefully get up the field as much as possible. This almost reminds me of the Cucumber Challenge, as we try and gain as many positions as we can on the first lap, and we've done that, getting up into P5 now. That's pretty respectable, and now I've got to try and hold on to that as we're now on lap 2. I'm just showing you guys that I still haven't really catched the leaders yet. I still haven't sort of matched their pace as of yet, as it looks like they are battling a little bit, so that might play into my hands. Hopefully they just need to keep on battling, and if I can get into the DRS zone, which will come into effect on this lap now. Yes, it's lap 3, so if I can stay within 1 second of these guys, then I can potentially stay with these guys and maybe pass a few of them. As now on lap 3, the end of lap 3, Mark Webber is actually going a little bit slowly compared to his competitors in the top 3 positions. If I didn't mention already, I'm going with the aggressive fuel strategy. I'm trying to go for a lighter car at the start of the race just to get more positions, but it hasn't worked out. We've locked up at the hairpin there, and that's going to cost us a couple of positions as we get slowed up. We've lost the back end and gone straight into the wall. If I was in tune with this game, I probably would have realised not to put so much throttle on, and that's cost me a bit of my end plate, and that's going to hamper my downforce for the rest of this stint. Obviously, when I come into my pit stop, that's also going to cost me a couple of seconds, so it's not really what you want, and going for a lockup there into turn 1, that's not going to help my tyre wear either. So very scrappy start to this race. I'm down out of the points now. I'd made a good start, but now I've surrendered track position, and now the opening lap stanza has passed. So my opportunity to get a lot of positions on that first lap is now gone. I'm going to have to really work hard and drive really well to get those positions back, as the AI do drive very well after the first couple of laps. So it's going to be a tough old race from here, and hopefully I can potentially get up into the top 5 as we get the DRS on Grosjean. We're going to fly past him into P9, and next up is Nico Hulkenberg, who is a little way up the road in that style, but now we can't even think about him. We're getting passed by Checo Perez there, and it looks like he's got quite a little bit of car pace in this race. So McLaren's are doing fairly well in this race. I believe Jenson Button is still up in 5th place or 6th place, something like that. So they're doing well. Mercedes, as you'd expect in real life, they'd probably be doing pretty terrible, and we'll find out just how bad we'll do when we find out how bad the tyre wear is. So it's lap 9, or lap 8, sorry, And we're still sticking with Perez here. Hopefully we can get him up the inside as we brake for this hairpin here. He's leaving a little bit of room on the inside, and we just get the position back. I'll leave him just enough room. And there we go, we're back up into P9, but the thing about passing into the hairpin is you surrender DRS to the other guy, and Perez will probably be passing me into turn 1 again. So this is going to be a nice little dogfight for the next couple of laps. I can't even talk, guys, so apologies for that. It's been a little while since I've done a commentary. But anyway, we're still in P9, and I'm struggling, as always, with my turn-in. I'm going too far past the grip zone for the turn-in, so it's actually hurting me a little bit in terms of tyre wear as well, because when you turn in too much, you actually are putting more pressure on the front tyres, and that hurts the tyre wear a little bit more. As you can see, look at my turn-in, it's just going to full lock when I really shouldn't be going past about 100 degrees. So coming in at the end of this lap, I'm trying to go for an undercut, and I've done a double lock-up, but I haven't managed to do a Hamilton there, or almost did. But I'm coming in for the undercut. Hopefully I can gain a couple of seconds on these guys as I go for new tyres. Now I will lose a little bit of time due to that front wing change, so we'll see how much that hurts us as we shuffle back out into this race. Pit stop, how long is it? 5.7 seconds. Not the best. Of course that is with the front wing change. So I believe we're the first in the field to pit, and obviously that will hurt us later on in the race. So for the following stints, I'm going to have to run a little bit longer just to sort of get myself back in sync with the rest of the field. So of course we will lose a little bit of time in the later stints, so I'm going to have to drive really well from here on in, otherwise it will be not finishing too well in this race. We are P18 at the moment, but of course the rest of the field still has to pit as we got the inside of Valtteri Bottas, and that's P17 for the taking. So before we stopped, I think we were like effectively in 9th or 10th or something like that, but yeah, no one else has pitted yet. It's still lap 11. Lost the back end there just a little bit, but hopefully that doesn't hurt us too much as we catch up to the back of the two Toro Rossos, the first of which is Daniel Ricciardo. We're going to get past him even before the DRS is available to us, and now it is. So now we're going to use that on Jean-Eric Vergne. We're at -1 on fuel, so that's going to be pretty tricky to manage for the rest of this race. We're already 1/5 into this race, and being still 1 lap down on fuel might be a little bit tricky for the rest of the race. We're going to have to save a little bit of fuel through the first and middle sector as, what's that, Paul di Resta has gone off the track, and I think he might have just retired, so there might be a safety car if that's too dangerous for the marshals to get. But we got the inside of Esteban Gutierrez there for P12, and on new tyres we're definitely ploughing ourselves through the field, which is good to see. And now we're up into P7 as the rest of the other cars have pitted. So now we lost the back end there just a little bit, and that's cost us in position to Perez there. We were battling just a couple of laps ago, so he actually got away after that, and now I've sort of settled into the groove here in P8. It's the end of the middle stint. Oh, it's the end of the stint on lap 23, and had a massive lock up there. Got on the ripple strip there, but the tyres are pretty gone. But I'm not gonna come in for a pit stop just yet, even though you would think it's time for it. I still think there's just a little bit of tyre wear left, or life left in these tyres. So if I can stretch them out for another lap or two, that would be nice. But it seems that all the grip is completely gone now. We can't even make normal corners now without understeering like crazy. So now Felipe Massa has caught up to the back of my car, and he'll be passing me very soon, it would seem. So I'm going to have to get a nice exit out of this snail section, and I managed to fend him off fairly well. So now lap 25, I'm coming in for my pit stop. I've sort of regained some of that synchronization with the rest of the field, as I'm now coming in at the same time as the rest of the field, as Massa has come in as well. So looking ahead, and it looks like my teammate Rosberg has just been serviced, so quite a fine margin between the two cars of the Mercedes team. So Rosberg is actually quite a way down the field too, because he started on pole position and he's down in 8th place. He's effectively only 1 position in front of me, so he's in a lot of trouble too. So the Mercedes is definitely not suited to the track conditions today as we lap one of the Caterhams there. So now we're on lap 29. We've caught up to the back of Adrian Sutil again. and it looks like we'll be able to get past him very soon with the DRS. We've saved a lot of curves for this massive straight. It seems to be what I do normally. I go for the outside, gone for the grass a little bit. A bit of a stupid move. I could have gone to the right. There was so much more room there, but I didn't want to get any marbles on my tyres, and that sort of cost me in the end anyway, didn't it? So we've got position 8, and up the road is my teammate Nico Rosberg. He's about 10 seconds up the road, so he's going to be pretty tough to catch, but with Felipe Massa getting really close to me there, he's putting me under a lot of pressure, and if I continue to defend with lots of effort, then I'm going to lose a lot of time to the rest of the field. So I'm just going to let Massa go through here and just let him have his own race. But no, I might actually go up the inside here, will I? I don't want to battle him too much, because as we go sideways and stuff, we go side by side, this is all losing time to the rest of the field. So Massa gives up the position there, pinched on the inside. The AI really don't like to battle coming into corners. So that's us with position 8. I think Massa's going to come back at us with the DRS once again. I'm just going to flick to the inside, get the position back. That's fairly easy there. So yeah, this stint was a pretty big dogfight. I was just battling with Massa and Perez and whatnot. It seems that even now with the same conditioned tyres as Massa, I'm not faster than him, and I'm not pulling away like I was in the first 2 rounds, which is pretty disturbing. Of course, I'm still getting used to the game a little bit. I'm a bit rusty, to be honest. So excuses aside, I'm still not driving very well either. So this position is pretty much reflecting my driving performance at the moment, as Massa goes up the inside, but this time he gets the position now. I'm trying to go for the undercut, and it doesn't seem to work. I haven't got enough traction to get past him, as Massa, he brakes well early there, brakes before the marker above, and he's gone way off track, and I'm just going to let him back through, because that could have been seen as my fault. I just want to avoid any doubt there and just let him go through, and I think since he has got a faster car, he will pull away. So now I'm under threat from who's that, Grosjean now. So I'm sort of moving backwards in this race now, which is a bit frustrating, but we will be coming into the pits very soon. It's scheduled to be in about a lap or two's time, so in any tick of the clock, we're actually coming in now. So there we go. I predicted we'd be coming in soon, and there we are, coming in for what should be our final pit stop of the day. We're going on to another set of prime tyres, and we've got a fairly short stint, about 14 laps to go on this stint, so hopefully we can attack and continue to move forward in this race. A nice pit stop, 3.1 seconds, and rejoining in 12th place. So up ahead is Nico Hülkenberg in the Sauber, who I don't think has stopped yet. I think he's got to do one more stop in this race, so we're not effectively racing him here. I've locked up, I've touched him, he's run wide, and we have got a penalty. We've got a penalty, lads. That's completely ruined our race here. I don't think we'll be getting many points in this race, if any. Coming into the pits now to serve our drive-through, and Sutil is coming in for his pit stop as well. So it looks like we might be scrapping with Hülkenberg and Sutil for maybe the final points paying positions in this race. It's going to be touch and go to see if we can make it. Of course, the tyre wear shouldn't be too bad. Obviously a short stint on this final couple of laps, so hopefully we can make it. We're still in P10, so that's 1 plus. And now on lap 45, I actually did a mid-session save. I saved the game after I got that penalty, and now I've rejoined here because I couldn't do the whole race in one go. I've rejoined this race, and look at the tyre wear. They're like, it's almost brown, and I can't believe it because I've only done like 3 or 4 laps on that set of tyres. So now I'm going to have to come in for another pit stop because these set of tyres will not make it. It's really frustrating, but what can you do? We're already in 10th place. We're not going to score that many points anyway, so I guess it's in a way good that all of our bad luck is coming in one race, and hopefully, it stays away for the rest of the season, because we can't have too many races like this. Otherwise, we won't win the championship. And being in Mercedes, one of the fastest cars, you'd expect us to be right up there for championship contention. So now on lap 48, We're getting the blue flags. We've already let past Alonso, the race leader, and I think that's Sebastian Vettel right behind me. So I'm going to wait for him to get the DRS, and I'll just let him fly past easily. I don't want to let him pass in a corner or anything or hold him up too much, so that won't be a problem. They're coming through here. We've actually got a penalty again. This time for ignoring the blue flags. I don't believe it.
You've been awarded a penalty for ignoring 3 wave blues. Drive-through penalty, drive-through penalty.
On the previous lap, I held up I stayed in front of Alonso for about half a lap and nothing. I stay in front of Vettel for 3 corners and I get a black flag. What the hell? As I said, you know, getting all of my bad luck out of the way in this race. We're not going to score any points in this race, so I'm going to come in for that pit stop that I was meaning to do very soon. I'm probably going to do it on this lap. I'm going to put on a set of option tyres. Go for a fastest lap. I just passed Maldonado there, but that's pretty irrelevant in the overall standings of this race. We're trying to go around the outside of Guido van der Garde, but it won't matter too much because we're going to come in at the end of this lap anyway for a set of option tyres. So I'm not too sure where we're going to rejoin in this race. We may, in fact, rejoin in between 1 or 2 cars, but looking on the mini-map, there's actually not that many cars on the back straight there, and I think that's the sort of group that I'm going to rejoin in, so we'll see how we go. Hopefully I have a good pit stop, even though it doesn't really matter at all. 3.1 seconds once again, and we'll have a nice 5-lap sprint to the end, and hopefully we can punch in some fastest laps. Even though they don't mean anything, it's still good to, I don't know, get that over the rest of the field. So lap 54, we've caught up to the back of a McLaren. I think that is Jenson Button, who is now in 4th place. So that's very good to see as we go purple, that the McLarens are very much on the pace on this game. So you know, good to see the red and silver arrows doing well. And I think Jenson actually touched me through the mid corner there. I'm going to show you guys a replay. Yes, he did, but thankfully he didn't spin out. Otherwise, that would have been pretty traumatic for Ron Dennis and the rest of the McLaren team. Fernando Alonso takes out this race win. The first driver apart from myself to win this season, and I think he'll be back in the championship fight for the rest of this season. So there we have it, lads. That is the 2013, or officially the 2014 Grand Prix, because this is our second season of F1 2013. Fernando Alonso takes out the race win from Sebastian Vettel and Mark Webber. Jenson Button in the McLaren getting 4th place, and Sergio Perez, the second driver for McLaren, backing up some good points in 6th place there. And my teammate Rosberg, I think he was pretty well down the field, so that's going to hurt us in the constructors. For the drivers, though, we're still top of the tables on 50 points. Sebastian Vettel is 4 points behind. So Fernando Alonso has come from a long way back to put himself in the championship fight for this 2014 championship, but I may as well just call it 2013 because this is, of course, the 2013 game. In the constructors, yes, Mercedes has fallen down to second in the standings. Red Bull Racing is up into first with 85 points. So hopefully we can bounce back well in, where are we next? Bahrain. Tyre wear isn't too bad, so I think the Mercedes should be well on the pace. But Monaco and, of course, Spain will be pretty tough on the Mercedes for the rest of the championship. So hopefully the tyre wear gets better. Of course, this championship is still well and truly alive. So I look forward to the battle with the rest of my competition. But that's been the Chinese Grand Prix. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Until my next video, I'll see you next time.
I've been EA'd.